Lost in Turmoil by William Brasher. Lost in Turmoil is a puzzle game with battle simulation that involves the player to match verbatim the shapes and blocks on the map. Lost in Turmoil is a 2D mobile app game that is set on a puzzle map with a shape and block generator and a player icon that has to reach the flag to clear the stage. Players can expect obstacles and changes or even rewards from their decisions throughout the puzzle map. The player drags the shapes or blocks from the generator to the match verbatim the shapes and blocks on the puzzle map, dissolving them to reveal a space that the player icon may be able to move to. The player has to use the shapes and blocks to reveal a clear path, but even doing that may reveal that the space is occupied by collectibles or an enemy you may have to battle to get to the next space. The rules are simple. Players have to use all the shapes and blocks in the generated box before the shape and blocks will generate new figures. Players can move in any direction that is not covered by shapes or blocks. Players can move only one space at a time, no multi-space jumping unless the path is available to do so. Players cannot jump spaces occupied with shapes or blocks. Then wrapping it up with the battle simulation, the player has to choose a weapon out of their collectibles to battle with, dragging it to the area attack enemy with. Only doing that will then let the player be able to hit the attack button to see if the player hit the enemy, depleting the enemy's health, then presented the player with a winning screen receiving the enemy's collectibles. The players will not get the weapons used in the battle, for they were destroyed. Your goal is the flag, battling the puzzle map with the shapes and blocks to reveal the path to the flag. The elements against the player is the randomization of the shape and blocks generator, the randomization of the enemies, the collectibles, and the flag's placement on the puzzle, as well as the enemy's stats and their collectibles. The first decision the players presented would be where to place the figures on the puzzle map to reveal the path to the flag. Then I would have to say the second would be what direction the player takes to get to that flag. The third would be if the player travels to the space where the item is available for the player's collectible. And finally, if the player wants to battle with the enemy, the player will be presented with the decision to battle or not. Games that Lost in Turmoil are like Dr. Mario, Tetris, or even chess. I believe Lost in Turmoil is different when comparing them, even though they may have the same mechanics. Lost in Turmoil has a player icon that has to travel through revealed spaces to reach a flag to clear the stage. I believe the risk factors are the shape and block generator, coming up with a simple code to generate them randomly. The second would have to be the balance of the game, having the scenes designed not too difficult for a player, trying to keep the player in a state of flow. Thank you for reviewing and watching my video.